Good morning, everyone. Welcome to an online event brought to you by Parkinson's Community Los Angeles. Today, we're talking about boxing with Patrick Lasasso. I'm Judy Yaris, and I'm Vice President of PCLA. For those of you who don't know us, we are a nonprofit based in Los Angeles, serving the Parkinson's community. At the beginning of the pandemic, we started a webinar called Let's Talk Parkinson's. It's a series of online educational events in order to continue serving our community. This series is brought to you by our sponsors, Abbott, AbbVie, Boston Scientific, Medtronic, and US World Meds. But before we dive in, a few rules. Please stay muted. We will have time for questions at the end. You can submit them anytime into the chat, and I will ask for verbal questions at the end of the presentation. Please keep your questions on topic. We'll try to answer other questions, but if there's extra time at the end. And we are recording today's event, so you will be receiving a link to the recording and a copy of the slides. So you will have all the information you need. Our presenter today is Patrick Lasasso. Patrick is an internationally recognized authority on Parkinson's. He has developed products, strategies that are used by physical therapists and trainers to improve function. Patrick is also the president of PCLA, and he's been an advocate for people with Parkinson's disease for over 20 years. Before the founding of PCLA, he served on the boards of many nonprofits for Parkinson's, and he presided over the largest Parkinson's walkathon event in Los Angeles. Patrick often appears as a speaker of support groups and educational events, and encouraging people with Parkinson's to fight back and become proactive in the management of their care. Please, and also maintaining a comprehensive exercise program to address their symptoms. So without further ado, Patrick, thank you.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yep. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful, warm welcome, Judy. It's so great to be here, and I want to thank PCLA for inviting me to do this presentation. This is my second one, and I really look forward to doing it. And I want to give a shout out to some of the folks I see here, Simone and Tom, and some folks from my online exercise classes that I'm running currently, and I'll address that towards the end of this presentation, but I'm offering currently 7 free online classes. I started in March, and it grew from 12 people to sometimes over 100 a day from all over the world. And it's been fun for me, and I really enjoy it. I'm offering them for free. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll have my email address at the end, and you can shoot me an email and we'll get you signed up. So we were talking about, how I might do some sort of presentation that would follow up the exercise presentation on how Parkinson's exercise is different from regular exercise. And you can actually, if you're interested in that, we do have that up on our YouTube channel, and you can review that. And we were talking about what I could do, and then we started talking about boxing. I think Sarah might have had that idea. And the funny thing is, I've been a trainer for probably 20 years and working for people with Parkinson's for 16 years. And I've been using boxing, and that's how I started my work as a trainer. I started teaching boxing. And 16 years ago, I met my first person with Parkinson's, Joe, and that's how I kind of made my way into this area of specialization, which I love so dearly. So I've been using boxing for myself. I actually fought semi-pro at 38 years old, got a win, and retired undefeated. That's the name of the program. But I pretty quickly was using boxing. I was a one-on-one trainer, but I've been using boxing for people with Parkinson's for years, long before the Rock Steady Boxing and all of the programs came about, because it's really, the headline here is why boxing is the perfect exercise for Parkinson's. And we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to give kind of a brief but broad, orientation in terms of exercise and optimizing quality of life. I pulled out all the exercise is important and what it does, because you're all here to learn about boxing, which means you're probably already sold on the reason why exercise is so great for everyone, and particularly people with Parkinson's. So I'm going to go through this presentation. Maybe we'll do a Q&A after the presentation, but then I want to show you what shadow boxing or boxing is, and I'm going to teach you how to do a little bit of it yourself. So I'm going to make the case why boxing is the perfect exercise for Parkinson's. So let's dive in. Here we go. Oop. Okay. Briefly, I have found over the years that there are 5 categories that we need to be aware of, that we need to maintain to optimize our quality of life. I'm just going to go over them briefly. They, of course, include exercise, but we want to have the best medical team that we can around us. We want to be happy with our doctors. We want to get along with them, make sure that they're responsive. We want to be maintaining a good diet or a good nutritional approach to life. We want to, of course, exercise, and that's what we're talking about here. And we also want to maintain good sleep hygiene. I can't overemphasize how important sleep is. And in the presentations I've heard through neurologists over the years, fellowship trained movement disorder neurologists, they really recommend that you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. It's really, really important to know how vital that is. And then, of course, there are non-motor symptoms. So we want to have the mental health box checked to make sure if things get tough, we have someone reliable that we can talk to. So I thought about not putting this slide in, but it only takes a minute to kind of go over. And I think it really kind of helps with the orientation of this new diagnosis that some of you have. And we want to have these boxes checked to optimize our quality of life. So I just wanted to briefly go over that. So Parkinson's has both motor and non-motor symptoms. I just left this one in very quickly because the good news is that exercise and boxing has been really reported to help with both. Especially the non-motor. I've really found that people that begin a boxing program really feel empowered and they're fighting back literally. So the motor symptoms that can be presented, the boxing really addresses, first of all, slowness. You got to work on speed when you're working on boxing. It can mitigate the tremors, dyskinesias, stiffness, weakness, postural instability. Posture is huge in Parkinson's. I'm going to actually go over something you need to know that can actually be counterproductive through boxing for Parkinson's. You just need to be aware of something. The boxing stance is actually mimicking the boxing posture, and it's fine to be in it and practice in that posture, but I'm going to go over what you need to know about it. Balance, it works on balance, of course. It can improve trouble moving or walking. It can reduce freezing, and it can also address small movements. Parkinson's can make things small and can reduce our ability to kind of perceive how we're moving. So with boxing, you're constantly checking in on that, and you're constantly, working on your technique and your form and your balance and your strength and your power. So it makes you really be self-aware in an important way and in a useful way. Okay, so I get this question every once in a while, does exercise cure slow Parkinson's? So I just wanted to go over it. So there's no cure for Parkinson's. And I always say this when I'm talking to a group of people, beware, since we're all internet savvy, you guys are all here, so you know the internet, beware of false claims, beware of people hawking teas or remedies that cure Parkinson's. I have a YouTube channel that has almost 10,000 subscribers and 90 videos, almost 1 million views. And I got to watch them like a hawk because I get people putting comments there that are either leading people out to porn sites or hawking, teas made by some doctor somewhere far off. So just be careful. There's an industry, a predatory industry out there. And so be aware of that. But exercise has been shown to slow the progression of the disease. And I'll just say before I read this paragraph here, it only makes sense if you stay in shape and you're working on getting stronger and in better shape. If things change and progress, you're going to be better poised to address those. If you're stronger and you're proactive and you're moving, you're going to be more collected up here in your head too, in terms of that. There are more benefits through beginning an exercise program than just the strength and balance and improvements in health that you get. And I would argue some of these emotional things that happen with us, that self-empowerment is almost more important. So, but in any event, preclinical work demonstrates that exercise has protective effects on brain cells. It boosts trophic factors, which are like fertilizer for the brain cells, and increase the number and activity of mitochondria, the cell's energy sources. It also helps you use the dopamine in your brain, the dopamine your brain already has more effectively. I've also heard that exercise can help the meds actually work better too, so that's something to keep in mind. Dopamine is the brain chemical responsible for normal movement that decreases in Parkinson's. Clinical studies also suggest that symptoms may progress more slowly in people who exercise, which is great news. And this is from the Michael J. Fox website. The Parkinson's Disease Foundation is another really good resource. I'll just caution everyone before you start Googling Parkinson's, make sure you're vetting your sources. Okay, I get this one a lot too. And trust me, we're going to get to the boxing soon enough. But this is a good one. And I want to talk about it briefly. How much do I need to exercise? And the American College of Sports Medicine, which is the premier authority on exercise, recommends 150 minutes of exercise per week. That's just about 30 minutes, 5 days a week. More is better, but that seems to be the sweet spot. Now, that's for your regular person that doesn't have any neurological involvement. But I think we can think about that as a baseline for us if we have Parkinson's as well. But I want to preface that with the fact that some people that have diagnosis with Parkinson's have not been doing anything. So maybe even 3 minutes of exercise or movement is going to be where they're going to start. And then they're going to progress and build up on from them. So don't let the word exercise and the whole connotation it has that goes along with it scare you away. It conjures up these gym advertisements and bike advertisements that we're all doing in the home, people drenched in sweat. You don't need to work that hard to really see an improvement. There is no exercise prescription that is right for every person with Parkinson's disease. The type of exercise you do depends on your symptoms and challenges. For sedentary people, just getting up and moving is beneficial. That's kind of what I was addressing. More active people can build up to regular vigorous activity. Many approaches work well to help maintain and improve mobility, flexibility, and balance to ease non-motor Parkinson's symptoms such as depression and or constipation. And this is from the Parkinson's Foundation, another really great source. Okay, so I'm going to go over briefly. There are 3 types of exercise. I'm not going over these to say one is better than the other, but it's helpful for us to be a student of life, a student of what Parkinson's is and how exercise can help. And I'm hoping that defining the different types of exercise will help you put together a comprehensive program for yourself. First of all, the first category might be strength and flexibility. I kind of group those together because they're often performed together. Examples of that would be resistance training, weightlifting, yoga, or high intensity interval training. The second form of exercise, which is really wonderful, is cardiovascular or aerobic training. Examples of that would be biking, swimming, hiking, or walking. And I love this form of exercise because you don't really need to think. You can go off on a walk, you can let your mind wander, you can get your heart rate up, and it's really kind of an opportunity to let the brain kind of clear and reset. So it's another wonderful form of exercise. The third category of exercise is what they call skill-based exercise. And really the mode of exercise that I've really been interested in and really consumed by over the years. Boxing is an example of that. Tennis, ping pong, martial arts, dancing. Basically, any type or form of exercise which involves technique or involves you being required to respond in a certain manner to an external visual or auditory prompt. So you're working constantly on that brain-body connection, maybe hand-eye coordination as well. But skill-based exercise, I find really interesting. And you can actually apply skill-based concepts to both these other two categories. So just kind of understanding these three will help you, make sure you've got these three boxes checked in your workout, in your exercise. And this presentation is on boxing, but really there are many forms of exercise that really can help. And what I typically say is do what you like and try other things. You're going to need more than one discipline and one mode of exercise to really make exercise really kick in and help for you. All right, here we go. Why is boxing the perfect exercise? So the first thing when I was putting this list together, probably the most important thing, it's a subhead here, is it's an empowering metaphor for fighting back. I get all different types of people, 92-year-old women coming in, starting to box and loving it. And it's a way to really work on ourselves and throw some heat, throw some punches, and it's fun and it feels good and you can really fight back. And that's what I really like about it. They call boxing the sweet science. I don't know if you know that. I just threw that in there. It's boxing is a folk sport. It's been passed on through generations. There's no university that teaches it. There are many different approaches. There are some common things about the way it progresses or the way the components of it, but there are so many different kind of styles, maybe, as it is. And the reason I like boxing, and I'm not a big MMA fan, it's just too violent for me. I love boxing because I like the parameters of it, and it's a beautiful sport. If you think in your mind's eye, seeing Muhammad Ali float around the ring, shadow boxing, it's really a graceful sport. And it addresses all of the things we need to work on with Parkinson's. And here's a little list, not even comprehensive. It works on balance. It works on posture. It works on muscle strength, muscle power, and endurance. It works on flexibility. It will improve your aerobic capacity, agility. It is an athletic sport. It's going to help you improve your agility. It involves reactions and speed. It's going to work on your body speed. It's going to work on your movement initiation. You're going to be moving around and starting and stopping. Really important. One of my favorite things that people don't talk about, and I freaking forgot to put it on this list, is task sequencing. It works on that as well. It works on hand-eye coordination, movement coordination. I would distinguish those both. Like dance is a movement coordination discipline as well. And it's a skill-based form of exercise. I'm not going to go into that. We just talked about that. It's got choreography to it. It's got technique. And it's a movement discipline. I'm not sure why that's in there. That it kind of is covered earlier, but whatever. It's a movement discipline. That's the other reason why it's the perfect exercise for Parkinson's. So I was doing some research before this, and there actually have been, although small, but very promising studies on boxing for Parkinson's. And this, again, I lifted from the Michael J. Fox website. Like many types of exercise, boxing can ease a range of Parkinson's symptoms. Research suggests, however, that it might be doing even more than that. A 2011 study in the Journal of Physical Therapy showed improvements in walking, balance, performance of daily activities, and quality of life in 6 people who boxed regularly. Now, that's a very small segment. But I can say empirically that from my experience of working with my friends in classes, and some of them are here, I think, and maybe at the end, if you guys want to talk about your experience with boxing, there might be an opportunity to do so. People really claim that it helps. There's somebody you're trying to get in. I don't know. Can I get them in? People really claim that it helps. And you're going to get to experience boxing in a minute here. I'm going to ask you guys to get up and do some boxing here. All right. So I just threw this one in here too, because it's part of the way I approach exercise, and it's certainly applicable to boxing. And so my exercise principle of mindful movement is to always strive to move with understanding, specificity, and intention. And so what that means is we might not do that as we're doing our cardio and going for a walk. We might let our mind wander, but we want to definitely have a discipline or a session of exercise or a component of our exercise where we're moving with understanding. In other words, I understand the task or exercise being assigned to me. I'm trying to perform it with specificity. In other words, I'm going to attempt to perform it exactly as prescribed, and I'm going to perform it with awareness or intention. I will perform it deliberately, not passively. I'm not going to mindlessly move my limb from point A to point B. I'm going to move it with dedication and intent. And I think the best mind's eye visualization for this is if you think of, and we've all seen these in commercials, someone performing the discipline of Tai Chi. They are, and I don't know Tai Chi, but I certainly can tell that that person is moving with intention and deliberation from one point or one movement transitioning into another. And they are feeling and experiencing their body through every path, every inch of every path. So it would be exhausting to do that every time we exercise. I agree. I concede, but we need to have moments and routines where we're really focusing on that navigation of the body, mind-body connection. One of the things I say is that Parkinson's can make things we learn to do without being taught difficult, like walking, like rolling over in bed, like getting out of a chair, like getting into a chair, like putting a jacket on. Excuse me. So we need to break these things down and practice how and find the best way to do them and practice them. The other thing I'll say that is kind of informative of this principle is that Parkinson's can also affect areas of the body that as humans, they're difficult places for us to understand, to get in touch with. Our posterior structures. Parkinson's can make the muscles in the front very tight and the area behind between the shoulder blades kind of stretched out and weak. It can affect our posterior structures. Our eyes are on the front of our head. We understand everything out here very easily. I can tell someone to do a bicep curl and they'll get it right. They can see it every time. But if I want to have someone retract their shoulder blades and pull them down and in and start controlling areas of the posterior structure that are so vitally important to us in the way we function and can be affected by Parkinson's, you just can see that we really need to develop this awareness, this posterior dominance, this posterior control. Our internal structures, our spine can be affected by Parkinson's because of tightness. So moving with understanding, specificity, and intention can really help us develop a more three-dimensional understanding of our body and a more control of our full scope of movement. I hope that makes sense. We're going to be talking a little bit about all this as we do the exercise. So I just threw this in here. I actually had forgot to put it in here, and I ran and grabbed it just before I came in here and put it in here because I'm here to just give a presentation, but I have some other stuff that you should know about. That some of it is I've got some DVDs that are available, but I also have tons of free resources. I'm also offering free Parkinson's exercise classes. I'm offering seven of them right now. I do an energetic class and a gentle class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The energetic class is no joke. I sometimes fear someone's going to tune in and look at what we're doing and saying, yeah, and maybe say they're giving this to someone with Parkinson's. At which point I would say, put it on gallery view and see what we got going here. It's a tough class, but we've got some champions. It might be too challenging for some, so I've got a gentle class as well. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Thursdays, I'm offering Undefeated, a boxing class. I just had it earlier today. Those are 10:30 a.m. For the boxing class. This is all Pacific time. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's 10:30 and 12 noon for the gentle class. I've got a YouTube channel that has tons of exercises. My 5 favorite stretches for someone with Parkinson's is a popular one. There's about like 80 or 90 videos up there. They're all free. Actually, I've got almost 10,000 subscribers. I need to update that, almost 1 million views. And then there's my website, tons of resources there. So you can find stuff there up on my website. And I've just launched an on-demand platform that has everything. On the lower right here, you can see the programs I've produced. The on-demand platform has all of those and a growing library of exclusive content. So those are available too. If you have questions about any of those, all this stuff is available on Amazon. Just search my brand, SmartXPD, and they should come up. And I'll answer any questions if you have about that at the end. Let's see here. I think, hey, we're done. That wasn't too painful, was it? Okay. So I'm going to stop screen sharing here. And there's my email, Patrick@SmartXPD, if you guys have questions afterwards that occur to you and you want to talk. But why don't we do a quick Q&A here? Or how do we want to do this, Judy? Because I can do a quick Q&A here, and then we can do a boxing lesson. And then we can come back again at the end and answer further questions if we have them. So do you want to?
You could do your Q&A now if you'd like, and then do the box.
Yeah, let's jump in. I just want to make sure we have some time to do the workout. Yeah. So let's go ahead and why don't you shoot the questions out?
Let me see if I can find some questions in here.
Okay.
Sarah,
I don't think we've had any questions in the chat yet.
Yeah, we haven't
Angela,
had any questions in the chat.
yeah, feel free to enter them in the chat now if you have questions.
Oh, please send dates and times. There's some boxing. Okay. Oh, you put that. Okay.
Yeah, so we will have the dates and times for you. I think you should go in and that will give people a chance to, if they decide they want to do questions. They might have
unless somebody has a question, they want to quickly take themselves off mute and just ask. And then if not, we'll put everybody back on mute and I'll jump into our lesson. I guess I don't have any questions because I answered them all in the presentation.
There you go. You were so good. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me get my very precariously placed chair on a furniture dolly out of here. All right.
Okay.
So, welcome to Undefeated. This is where I do the boxing classes out in my backyard. The other classes I do up in our spare bedroom. It's really fun for me to kind of get out here into the sunshine, and we usually have good days here. I haven't been rained out once. So you can have your camera on or you can leave it off. But what I thought we would do here is I demonstrate a little what boxing is. And then I'm going to teach you some fundamentals of it. So what we're really doing in my boxing classes is shadow boxing. In shadow boxing, you see Muhammad Ali and all different people moving around the ring in different ways, bouncing, moving their hands, throwing punches, head movements. This is shadow boxing. And it might look like what's going on there, but it's actually not all that complicated once you kind of learn the moves. And the thing I like about it, my Undefeated DVD is 3 levels, and the classes as well. My whole intent is to teach someone how to shadow box. And it's not like you do the same thing every time you're shadow boxing. And as you can hear in my voice, I'm very relaxed. It's a very effective and conducive movement for the body in terms of the way we're built. So when you learn to shadow box, you start developing what they call mechanical efficiency, and you're moving and you're floating around a little bit with a lot less effort, and you need to work harder. As you get better at your technique in boxing, there's higher volume of output and movement with less effort. And I kind of find that encouraging, that you're able to get out more from the way you're moving because of the mechanics of what you're doing. So what I thought I would do, you guys can stand up or you can watch or participate, is I'm going to go over a couple of different movements and punches. And then I thought we would do a couple rounds, maybe 2 or 3 rounds of boxing, and to try this sport on for size. The one thing I will say about boxing that I've thought a lot about is that your boxing stance actually is going towards the Parkinson's posture. And it's okay. You're putting your body and your shoulders in what's called a protracted position with your arms rolled forward, because this is the most effective way to throw a punch. You got your shoulder blades forward. But we need to be aware that we don't want to maintain this. At the end of our boxing, we want to always make sure we're opening back up and going to this place where we want to be when the opportunity presents itself. I will say this. I was doing a presentation years ago in Pasadena, and a woman came up to me and she said, I think she asked me in front of everybody. I was embarrassed because I didn't have an answer for her. She says, I have Parkinson's. What is the most important part of my body? And I hadn't thought about it. But over the years, for me, what I've decided is the most important part of your body, if you have Parkinson's, I call ground zero, and it's actually the area behind you between your shoulder blades. A couple reasons why I find it to be the most important is that it's really hard for us as humans to kind of be able to engage that ground zero position. See if I can get to it. It's like you're right back there, right between your shoulder blades. If you can imagine taking your shoulder blades and bringing them together and tucking them down into your back pockets, there's ground zero engagement. And the reason I feel like getting in touch with that area and orientating ourselves from awareness of that ground zero position fixes a lot of things. It makes this chest nice and broad and open. And what I like to do with the people I work with is have them on a continuing pursuit of understanding and being able to engage that ground zero position. I'll say this one more thing before we jump in here. We learn 3 different ways. We learn verbally, we learn visually, and we learn kinesthetically. And it's important to be aware of that. Verbally, we get something described to us, pull your shoulder blades together and down, do it like this, like I do. Now I'm seeing it. And then finally, the final nail there is that kinesthetic, that feeling, the third way of we learn and experience the world. Being able to kind of set that position, very important. And again, the boxing stance is very safe and effective for the body. But again, we're rolling our shoulders forward and we're putting our shoulders in a position to be able to deliver a shot and move. So it's just important to be aware of. And when we're done with our boxing workout, kind of reset that ground zero position. Okay, enough talk. Let's box. Most important part of boxing is your boxing stance. Now, Zoom doesn't let us reverse things. So unfortunately, when I say move to your left, I'm going to be moving to your right. And I have my left foot forward, and it's going to look like your right foot. That's okay. It's just a little more challenging for the brain. Nothing wrong with that. This is the way they do it in real life when everybody would go to the gyms and do boxing classes anyway. So left foot is forward, right foot is back. I like to have my front foot at about 1 o'clock and my back foot at about 2 o'clock. I've got my knees slightly bent. I've got a nice wide base here, about hip width, I would say, and a nice front foot, back foot relationship, forward and back. We're going to have our hands up high by our chin, and we're going to lean slightly forward at the waist. Weight is equally distributed between each foot, front and back. Now, when we move in boxing, we're going to learn today how to move our head, and how to throw punches. We're going to learn the jab, the right hand, and the left hook. So from your boxing stance, if I say come forward, you're going to take 2 short steps forward. We always want to maintain this front foot, back foot position relationship. So if I take a step here, I want to collect it, so I'm maintaining this position. Same thing here. So if I say come forward with my hands up, my right hand is right here next to my chin, my left hand is right here. If I open up my left thumb, I'm pointing at my shoulder, okay? My elbows are down, and again, my shoulders are kind of rolled forward, draping those shoulders forward over your elbows here a little bit. Come forward 2 steps, go back, move left, and move right. And you'll notice when I'm moving, I'm not lowering my hands and doing this. I'm keeping my hands up nice and high. Come forward, go back. Now you see boxers rocking back and forth on their toes, just a little bounce, using your legs and your ankles as shock absorbers. Oh, I love it. You guys are up and moving around. I love it. Come forward, go back and forth on your toes. Move right. So again, we widen the base and then collect it. We don't want to cross our feet too much. Move left, oops, and move right. Back and forth on your toes. Okay, slip left and slip right. Now, an old adage in boxing is to make them miss and make them pay. In order to make them miss, you got to be able to move your head. This is called a slip. And you're kind of moving your head to the side, just the width of a boxing glove. You don't have to go across the room. It's a short little hitch, back and forth, being a moving target. So I'm using my whole body to move the head to the side, and I'm staying within my base of support. I'm going up and down, kind of bouncing back and forth. Imagine a little V coming right back up, back and forth. This is called a slip. Come forward, go back, rock back and forth on your toes. Relax. I'm not tense. Slip left and slip right. Slip right and slip left. Come forward and go back. Back and forth. Okay, last move before we get to the punches. It's called an under. And you're just going to drop down, crouch under the punch. You basically want to be in punch range with someone and be so elusive that they can't find you because you know how to move your body. You see that hook coming, you're going to drop down, go under it. Boom. Oh, just for the record, this is ooch, and that's ouch. Hands up. Slip left and slip right, under. Back and forth. Slip left and slip right, under. One more time. Back and forth, slip left, slip right, and under. And I'm using my legs to go under. Okay, now the fun stuff. We're going to get to the punches. Most important punch in boxing is the jab. The trigger for the jab is actually the back leg. I'm going to pick my left foot up, take a little step forward, and bring that left hand out, turning it over. 95%, don't snap the elbow. Jab, jab, go back, jab, jab, jab. So the trigger is that back leg, snapping it forward, out and back. Elbows are in, hands are high, jab, 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 good. Now, the right hand is the knockout punch, right? It comes from the ground. The trigger is the back leg. You're going to turn that foot, bring the hand straight out, and snatch it straight back to your chin. Don't reach. Keep your punches short, and keep that right elbow in. Don't try to chicken wing to get more power. Just throw it out and turn it over. Right hand, right hand, right hand. Now, the jab is also called a 1. The right hand is called a 2. So if you ever heard of a 1-2 combination, it's a jab followed by a right hand. This is what it looks on the side. My hands are up, straight out, straight back, 1-2. That's what it looks like from this side, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And again, I'm all relaxed. I'm relaxed. All right, big breath in and exhale. Okay, last punch I'm going to teach you is a left hook. This is the more hard, probably one of the more difficult and challenging punches to learn how to throw. It's a little awkward, but it looks like this. And here, I'm actually going to turn my hip, pivot that front toe, and I like to bring my forearm up parallel to the ground, and it's a short little punch. Imagine coming around a hand and catching the chin. Left hook, left hook, left hook. And keep it short and relaxed. Left hook. Don't come all the way across your body. Right here. Left hook, right hand. Try that combination. Just go back and forth. Nice and slow. Left hook, right hand. Left hook, right hand. Jab, right hand. Left hook, right hand. Who would have guessed it? You're throwing combinations already. Punches and bunches. Jab, right hand, left hook, right hand. Jab, right hand, left hook, right hand. Just work on that jab for a minute with me. Jab, jab, jab. And again, nice and relaxed. You don't hear any tension in my voice. I'm relaxed. I like to call it re-loose. Loose and relaxed. Jab, 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Jab, jab, right hand. Hands up, rocking back and forth. Okay, shake out. I like what I'm seeing. You guys are looking good. Big breath in and exhale. Okay, we're going to go through those movements one more time, slowly. Go through that vocabulary of movement that we talked about. Just imitate what you see. Don't get discouraged if you can't really remember it or get it. It'll come. We're going to do it slowly now, and then I'm going to start a bell, and we'll do a little bit of a round of exercise. Now, if anybody here has balance problems, you're welcome to do this in the chair. Boxing involves balance and movement, right? Footwork. So, you know, you got to be careful because if you have balance issues, you could lose your balance. Well, especially when you're learning a new discipline. So be cautious. Hands up high, elbows in, right hand on the chin. And remember, if I open that thumb up, I'm pointing at my shoulder. This one is just right here on the chin. All right, move left, 2 steps, and move right. Move right, and move left. Come forward, go back, come forward, go back, rock back and forth gently on your toes. Back and forth just a little bit. Slip left, lean down. Good, slip left and slip right. Judy, you got a nice left hook already. Slip left and slip right. Back and forth, slip right and slip left. Hands up, under, down and up. Back and forth, under, down and up. Now a common mistake is this, so you go down and then you stand straight up. Come up into your crouched boxing stance, under and up. Slip left, slip right, move left, 2 steps, move right, move left, slip right, slip left. All right, let's just do back and forth, slips, little turns, back and forth, using your full body, bouncing with the legs, up and down. Jab, it's good. Now let's go under and up, cross down, under and up. Okay, first punch, most important punch we learned is the jab, the little step, jab, jab. So my hand starts here and returns right here. I don't throw a jab and bring it down here, right back to where it was. Jab, 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 right hand. Jab, 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 right hand. Double jab. Double jab. Love the double jab. Now a double jab is 2 full jabs in a row. Boom, boom. You want to make it quicker. The speed is in the legs. Double jab. Double jab. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Let's put it together. Come forward. Go back. Double jab. Slip left. Slip right. Right hand. Slip left, slip right, right hand, and double jab, and shake out. Woo! Okay. Good work, everybody. We've got a couple minutes left here. We got 20 minutes left. I thought it might be fun to do a couple of rounds. You guys up for that? We're going to do 3 rounds, and we'll see where we're at after that. This is going to be enough to give you guys some experience or some of boxing. And if there are other questions after that, or I can do some, if we have time at the end, we can do some of my other favorite exercises. But why don't I go ahead and start my timer? You guys should be able to hear it. Hang on, and we'll do 3 rounds. Where are my applications? I can't stand this timer, by the way.
Can Sarah do the timing for you? Is that something that would work?
Oh, no, it's okay because this thing has a bell and here it is. I got it. You'll see. And it's got an English voice. Okay, hang on. Let's cut it down. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. Okay, are we ready to go? Now, if you have a bottle of water, go ahead and take a hit of water. We don't hydrate enough. So we're about to do a little exercise. I will start slow, but I'm going to get progressively faster as the rounds go in. What I want you to do above all else is maintain your boxing stance for the full 3 minutes if you can. If you need to rest in your boxing stance. We want to work on muscle memory here. I want to leave you guys with a good foundation. Oftentimes, when I get a client and I say, have you ever boxed before? And they say, no. I say, good. You don't have a chance to develop some bad habits. Okay, 3-minute round. We'll move progressively faster and we'll get a 30-second rest between each. And I think we'll do about 3 or so. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, come out to the center, touch gloves. Here we go, boxing stance. Hands up, come forward 2 steps, go back. Move left and move right. Rock back and forth on your toes, nice and relaxed. Slip left and slip right. Slip right and slip left. Back and forth, come forward, go back, rocking back and forth. Keep moving, non-stop movement. Under, down and up. Under, down and up. under, slip left and slip right. On your toes, back and forth. One more time. Under, slip left and slip right. Okay, let's throw some punches. Jab, jab, jab. Nice and relaxed. Straight out, straight back with that jab. Jab. Good. Jab, jab, jab. Go back on your toes, back and forth. When I throw my jab, I take a little step forward. I claim that ground, I keep it. Go back. 1, 2. That's the jab followed by the right hand. 1, 2. 1, 2. Go back. Let's just throw that right hand. Get used to that. Turn that body. Right hand. Bring it out. Snatch it right back. Right hand. The jab and the right hand are going at the same target. 1, 2. In other words, don't throw your jab over here and your right hand over there. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Go back. Back and forth on your toes. Left hook. Turn the body. Left hook. Left hook on your toes. Okay. Run in place and punch. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, under and up. Under and up. 10. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your boxing stance. Move left and move right. Double jab. 2 little steps. Double jab. Double jab, right hand. Again, double jab, right hand. Hands up. Move left and move right. Slip left and slip right. Under, right hand. Woo! Under, right hand. So you go under that punch, come back up and throw that right hand. You might end the fight early, so we get paid soon and go home quick. Under, right hand. Under, right hand. Under, right hand. Double jab. Double jab. 1, 2, and again, run and punch. Hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Keep going. We got 15 seconds left. No quitting. Move right, move left. On your toes, back and forth. Snatch it out. Jab. Quicker now. Pop. Jab. 1, 2. Pop, pop. Run and punch. Last 6 seconds, and then we get a rest. 4. Time. All right. Good job. 30-second rest, and we're back. That's round number 1. All right. Breathe. Keep the air flowing. All right. 10 seconds, we're back in. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. That's 9 minutes of work. That's a good little session. Here we go. Get
3,
ready.
2, 1.
All right, touch gloves. Here we go. Round number 2. Double jab. Double jab. Double jab. Back and forth on your toes. Again, double jab. Double jab. Double jab. On your toes. You'll hit them with so many lefts, so you can be begging for a right. Double jab. Double jab. Double jab. Hands up. Right hand. Turn the body. Right hand. You're not moving forward with this. You're just turning. Right hand. Right hand. Bring it back. Right hand. Right hand. Okay, let's put it together. Double jab. Right hand. Double jab. Right hand. Double jab. Right hand. Hands up. Slip, slip. 1, 2. Okay, here's the deal. It's on you now. I'm watching you. Let's see you move. Practice what you learned. Think your way through it. I know it's exhausting. Just, you're not doing anything wrong. Just practice it on your own now. Good. Boom. Good. Hands up. Under and up. 10, 9, 8. I like what I'm seeing. 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands high. Move right. Right hand. Move left. Left hook. Move right. Right hand. Move back left. Left hook. Left hook. Right hand. Hook. Right hand. Back and forth. One punch pulls out the other. Left hook. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. And run and punch. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Boxing stance. Relax the hands. You don't have to be clenched fist. Relax the hands. Good. Jab. 1, 2. Double jab. Double jab. Right hand. Uh-oh. Crouch down and throw an uppercut. I'm throwing another punch in at you. down, right uppercut. Make a little U. This is what it looks like from the side. Boom. Right uppercut. Right uppercut. Turn the body here. Right uppercut. Right uppercut. Left hook. Right uppercut. Left hook. One leads to the other. Right uppercut. Left hook. Right hand. And run and punch. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boxing stance. Under and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double jab. Back on that horse. Double jab. Come on. Double jab right hand. 1, 2. Okay, it's on you now. Let me see what you got. We got 15 seconds left. Come on. Move those heads. Move your hands. Let me see that uppercut. One punch at a time. Don't rush it. That's it. Nice work. Run and punch. 5 seconds. Come on. Come on. Time. Round number 3. Our last round coming up. And then we'll do a little stretch, or we'll come back and talk. You guys are doing great. Man, Judy, I didn't know you had this in you. Holy moly.
You
Good.
have no idea, right?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm having such fun. Okay, guys.
Great work.
Last round. 5 seconds and we're in.
3, 2, 1.
Bam, that's the start bell. All right, hands up. We're down in points. We got to come back strong. We got to get the knockout. Remember, his family's in the front row. He's not going down easy. Here we go. 1, 2. Snatch it out there. Snatch it back. 1, 2. 1, 2. I want speed now. Bap, bap. Throw it out there. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hands up. Slips up and down. Back and forth. Under and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your boxing stance. Rocking back and forth. Snap it out there. Single jab. Pop. Move. Jab. Jab and move. Stick and move. Throw that jab and then step. Remember the principles. Always remaining front foot, back foot relationship. Nice and crouch. 1, 2. 1, 2. Run and punch. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders. 5, 4. Faster. 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's on you. Let me see your boxing stance. Let's go. Throw some punches. Here we go. Mix it up. Use your brain. What do you know? You know how to move your head. You know how to go under. You know that jab. You know that right hand and the left hook. That's enough. You can use those and win the fight. Here we go. Come on. Keep moving, guys. On your toes, back and forth. Let's go. Double jab, right hand. Bring him right back. Double jab, right hand. Turn the body with that right hand. Double jab, right hand, hands up. Okay. Under and up for 10. Here we go. And 1. 1 minute left. 2. Come on. No quit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last minute. Snap it out there. 1, 2. 1, 2. Come on. We got to win the fight right here. Double jab. Double jab. Double jab. Right hand. Move the head. Back and forth. Back and forth. Under and up. Go. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run and punch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Last 20 seconds. It's on you. Let's go. Let's see what you got. Try to remember the moves and throw them. Beautiful. Last 10 seconds. And let's run and punch it. Come on. Raise your hand high at the bell. You got them. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yes. All right. Walk around the ring like you know you won it. The judges can't give it away. All right. Yes. Old school. All right. Woo. Oh, man, that was fun.
Yeah. That was a great workout, Patrick. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I do have a question for you. I didn't see any in the chat, but if someone has to use a walker for balance, are they able? It seemed to me that you could put a walker in front of you and lock it and do these moves. Would that be okay to do? And is there?
Very much so. I actually have had people in a wheelchair box. They're not doing the footwork, but certainly if someone has, balance issues, a chair would be really good. They can even just use one hand as they're holding on. But it has to do, you could still learn the principles of movement, moving the feet left and right. And that is what I talk about, moving with understanding, specificity, and intention. It's a movement discipline that occurs a certain way. So I would argue that just the fact that it has a skill set or a set of strategies and moves that that person is trying, regardless of their ability, to execute as best that they can is going to have value for neuroplasticity and brain-body connection as well. So boxing really, you never really would have to stop boxing. And, throwing a punch without hitting something, it's maybe not quite as, it doesn't quite maybe feel quite as good. It's like making impact on a heavy bag. But shadow boxing for the boxer is probably the most important mode of cross training that they do. And I probably not really cross training, but learning to move like a boxer, the balance, the response is really helpful. And that's why I think people like it, because they get their heart rate up and they're punching and they're fighting back. And again, just the thing that I'm mentioning is the boxing position. No one ever really talks about this, but if I just sort of lower my hands down here, I'm kind of approaching what might look like the Parkinson's posture, right? But that's okay, because it's good. It's a perfectly good functionality for the shoulder. And we're not in ground zero. If we were punching like this, you have to go so much further to get the punch going. So the protracted position for the shoulder is completely healthy. It's completely functional. It's low wear on the shoulder, but just to be aware that after the workout, we want to again restore and reconnect to that ground zero position I talk about. How are we doing? Any other questions, or do you want me to do a quick
Any
stretch?
other questions? We can open it. If someone has one, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Here, how about using a boxing bag? Somebody asked that. Yes. Sack or ball. So actually, if you put this thing up, this I'll just mention. This is a water bladder. And I got this originally. I was taking it to the beach and putting it on the top of the car so it would be warm when my girls would come back with sand all over them, and I'd give them a warm bath. But I got a bunch of them because I realized it's good for the earthquake possibility here. But it's also a $7 way to add a lot of weight to a workout. You can do a lot of different things with this water bladder, and you can just put 1 pound in it or 1 gallon in it, or you can do, look at this is 5 gallons. I've got about 5 gallons in that, so it's about 40 pounds. So if you're trying to find some solutions and you can't find anything because nobody's, like, all the weights are sold out, or many of them are, the water bladder is not a bad substitute. We got to kind of get creative in these times. But yeah, certainly all levels of boxing, and punching into a bladder, you could punch into this or a heavy bag. There are a couple different types of heavy bags. The best ones actually hang from the ceiling, but that's quite involved. You got to get somebody in there who knows how to find the stud. And but there are some that you can get that they have like a stand that you fill with water and you can kind of move around it. You could use that. I get some people in my boxing class that have heavy bags, so they'll just do the workout, throw the punches, do the moves that I'm calling, and work on the heavy bag in their house. But I mean, all the boxing classes being offered online today, I don't believe have heavy bags just because they're so hard for everybody to get. So I think of shadow boxing as a more explosive or athletic type of Tai Chi or yoga. So it's got the vocabulary movements. Like I said, once you learn to do the movements, you start just one movement kind of leads into another, and your body starts to kind of talk to you pretty quickly, once you learn that vocabulary of moves and you start coming up with your own stuff, and it's really conducive, the way the body moves when you're boxing, it's very conducive to the way we're structured. And, you know, it's like I say, it's a great metaphor for fighting back. It's the perfect exercise for Parkinson's because it works on all of those things.
Patrick, thank you so much. This was great. I had a great workout. It was really fun. I loved it. And I'm sure that everyone else enjoyed doing that workout. As a reminder to all of you, you'll be receiving a link to view the recording of this event very soon. And thank you all for joining us today for our Let's Talk Parkinson's event. Join us for our next event on Thursday. Whoops, I just lost my, right here, 1 second here. Sorry about that. I just want to get the date. On Thursday, March 18th, it's Ask the Physical Therapist, Exercises for Parkinson's. We'll be sending you a registration link for the event. Let's Talk Parkinson's is made possible to you by our sponsors, Abbott, AbbVie, Boston Scientific, US World Meds, Medtronic, and by you. By donating, you can join us in our mission to improve the lives of the members of our community who are living with Parkinson's disease, their care partners, and their families. PCLA is a nonprofit and all donations are tax deductible. If you enjoyed Let's Talk Parkinson's, please consider donating at PCLA.org and help us continue our work. As always, reach out to us with questions at info@PCLA.org or by phone at 310-880-3143. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe and well. Thank you so much.